All right, and we're back with the 8th algorithm of this challenge. And for this one, it's called alphabetic shift. Now, for this one, we are given a string, and we have to replace each of its characters by the next one in the English alphabet. So, for example, crazy should be DSBAZ, which is the letter that's coming out after each of these letters. All right, so let's go ahead and start. It's fairly simple. Let's take input string and turn it into an array. And string, I'll call it this, string to array. String, we'll split it. All right, so now you have that into an array. And the next thing that I'm going to do is define the have a variable that is alphabet. So I'll call it alphabet. Now you can set it as an array and just have each letter of the alphabet in a string and do it that way. But I was very lazy with this, as I just wanted to move on with it. So I just did it into a string first, A, B, C, D. I don't want to mess this up, so I'm gonna double check. D, E, F, G, H, I, K, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. All right, that was long enough. So I'm gonna put some comments in here. Return array, and then we'll turn the alphabet string into an array. So that we'll do the same thing, so we'll say const alphabet to array, and we'll just say alphabet. We'll do split. Right, so now that we have those two things, the next step is going to be we're going to iterate through the input array, and from there we're going to, how do I explain it? Have a variable, so we'll have a variable, call it index of characters, and set that to an empty array. Then we'll have a loop. We'll let loop I equals 0. We're going to iterate through string to array that length. Then go up. And here, what we're doing is we're going to be looping through crazy. And by looping, we're going to be comparing the index, comparing it to this array, and we're going to be grabbing the index of each letter. So for C, the index is going to be 2, 0, 1, 2. And then the R is going to be all the way down here, which is, yeah, and we're going to go on forward. And then for the letter Z, which is this one, you can't do +1. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a conditional. So the conditional is going to start off by string to array current index is not equal Z. Sorry, wait a minute. Index of characters that we're going to push alphabet to array, and we're going to look for the index. So we're going to use index of. Index of is going to find the index of whatever letter we're currently iterating through. And to do that, we'll do string to array at current index. And we want the letter that comes after that, so it'll be +1. What? Unblock. Apologize. Okay. And then we'll have another conditional. So it'll be else if string to array at current index strictly equals z, and we're gonna index of characters dot push 0, because if it is z, you want to push the index 0, which would then throw out. Later on, we're going to use that 0 to basically add that a instead of z. Okay, and then we can do a quick check on it. Let's run Poca. I don't think. Okay, let's just go ahead and move on with the next part of it. So then for here, we're gonna declare another variable, and we call it alphabeticShift. And we'll set it to another empty array. And then we'll go loop through that index. So we're gonna loop to the index of characters. Oops. So sorry, forgot this about there. So now we're gonna go index of characters dot length. Then we're gonna go 1. Okay, we have an error here, so let's figure this out real quick. Whoops. So here's what we did wrong. We had the +1, I think, on the wrong inside of the index of. So for the first letter C is going to give us 2. This should return 2, and then we'll add 1 to it at the end. So there we have all of our numbers, which are indexes of. It's going to look for the index in the alphabet array. And then for the Z, as you can see, it'll be 0. Okay, so we fixed that. So now we move on to pushing each of the characters into the alphabetic shift. So we'll do alphabeticShift dot push alphabet to array. Alphabet to array, and then we'll do index of characters at current index. and then we'll return alphabetic shift. Then we'll have to join it into a string. And there you go. And that's how you solve alphabetic shift. Thank you for watching, and keep a lookout on the next one. Thanks. Bye-bye.